If you got a beard, I like that. If you got a dad bod, I like that. If you tall, because I'm short as I like that.
All right. Well, I got all that. But you're not gonna want me anymore. When I say that, I don't have the time or the money or the patience to go subscribe to that account of yours. Don't worry though, I'm pretty. Sure, you're gonna find plenty of men that will do what I want.
Someone explain to me how you guys go outside with your arms showing. I tell you that I will do literally anything in this world to cover these meat sacks. I literally will. I went to a club the other day, and at coat check, they said, girl, we need to take your jacket. It's a safety issue. And I said, girl, I'm wearing my jacket or I'm going home. And of course, they don't care. So they said bye. And I said, bye all my friends. And I went home. Will someone explain this to me? I don't understand. I feel like I go from a 6 to like a 2 if my arms are showing. Only my arms. But it's like never other people's arms. It's only my arms. I don't care what other people's arms look like, and I'm sure no one cares what my arms look like either. I am the ugliest person on the planet if my arms are showing. Okay? Point blank period. That's it.
Oh yeah. What a wonderful story. I never wanted it to end. Especially since I stopped listening, maybe after the first 20 seconds. And yeah, I can understand the insecurities and all that. But you're wearing bikini, maybe more than 80% of your TikToks, so it's kind of a contradiction if you're asking me, but either way, for the love of God, fix your bed and buy a table. So you can put your food on a table.
Just a friendly reminder that if he seems like a good guy, he's not.
I know, right? But just a friendly reminder, this was a trend on TikTok last year. You are a bit late to the party. Also, just a friendly reminder, if she looks like she's really smart, well, you already know the answer.
If you ever had me, like you 100% had me, and you somehow managed to lose me, disrespectfully, enjoy your L.
And that's absolutely fine. Let me and my L be over there. It's not that I managed to lose you. It's that I chose to run away from you and run away as fast as possible.
I'm not embarrassed about the number of men I've slept with. I'm obviously embarrassed about the quality though.
Yeah, well, that's good for you. But that's the difference between me and you. I will always choose quality over quantity. Now, you go right ahead and make one of them videos. Where are all the good men? Men need to go to therapy to accept me with my high body count, and men who don't, obviously they're insecure, and when you do, just know that I'm gonna be right there laughing as hard as I can.
I didn't know wearing red to a wedding meant this. And this is the red dress that I wore to a wedding. This is the back. Pretty, simple. I loved it. I had never heard of this rule before till about 4 or 5 days after I wore this dress to one of my friends' weddings. Nobody said anything to me while we were at the wedding at all. I actually got a lot of compliments on the dress, but it was just nice because we were with family and friends and everybody knew everybody. Then I traveled back across the country. About 4 or 5 days later, I see a video on TikTok that says, hey, don't wear white to a wedding, obviously. I mean, come on, we all know that. But also, don't wear red. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, first of all, does maroon count as red? But then I got curious, why can't you wear red? I had to learn this from a TikTok after I had already done it. So, moral of the story, if you're going to a wedding, look up what your color means before you get that dress and wear it there.
Or just wear whatever dress, what color you want to wear except white. You learn whatever crap from TikTok. Seems to me both you and the previous lady needs to put down your TikTok and go outside and talk to normal people.
Story time about the worst date that I've ever been on. It literally haunts me till this day. Like, it was so bad. Since you guys enjoyed the other story time about the date that I went on with a man and then found out he was married after, we're just gonna keep this little series going because you know what? I do this for the plot at this point. This guy was perfect. Like, I had not been this excited about a man in years. Okay, I thought I found like my perfect person.
Oh my God. How horrible doing it for the plot is exactly why the Are We Dating the Same Guy? Facebook groups got deleted. A bunch of women doing it for the plot were going on those Facebook groups and saying a lot of bad stuff about men they had no interaction with, and doing it for the plot LED to a judge saying, okay, you ladies had way too much fun. Time for you to do something better with your time. And those groups got deleted. Maybe, hey, hopefully TikTok will too.
Women who are in the dating scene or just trying to get to know somebody, we need to get rid of the resting bitch face. We just do. They're not coming up to us because we're not approachable. I made a video about how men don't approach women anymore, and I got a lot of feedback. I originally had said, why are men not confident enough to walk up to women anymore? Now, before you guys come for me, I take that back. Somebody on here stitched me, and she made really good points and just basically saying, like, we need to smile more and we need to be more approachable. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, I do have the resting bitch face, and I don't really talk as much either. So, learning from this, I definitely have to be more approachable if I expect a man to come up to me, because us staring at each other isn't doing anything. Since there's a lot of men in my comments now, how can women be more approachable who are in the dating scene, who are not going to go up to you but want to initiate the you can come up to me now? I want to hear you guys' perspective, because I genuinely want to know why are men not approaching women anymore? There's a lot of people saying, like, you know, we're tired of being rejected, we're tired of being used. Why do we need another headache? You guys are just drama. Because if we're not a 10, we're just creeps, which are all valid. I hear you guys. I get it.
No, you don't.
Now that I look at that, it does sound pretty cheesy. Well, yeah, I'm pretty easy with plans. Like, I don't like going on forced things, you know what I mean? Like, taking a girl to, like, out for dinner feels forced. Like, do you know what I mean? I just like hanging out and chilling. I'm pretty easy. But honestly, how about you pick an idea and I'll just roll with that.
Yeah, he's not gonna be there. He asked you to come over for the first date. You found yourself an F-boy. Nothing weird about that. What's weird is you knew that voice message by heart. How many times did you listen to it?
Important lesson for today. Men will value you based on the things that he's doing for you rather than the things you're doing for him. So let him spoil you. Let him treat you well. Let him invest in you. Let him plan everything, because this is the way he's going to appreciate you the most. Not for the things you'll do for him, but for the things he's doing for you.
Exactly. See, now, knowing nothing about men with me being one, I can consider myself lucky, learning everything about men. From women, it's pretty obvious. She knows more about men than me because she slept with a bunch. Men fall in love through what they can do for you and not what they get in return. So you must have done a lot for every man you have been with, because if you're still single, I mean, sure, why not? We'll go with that.
That moment when you didn't settle for less and now you're in Paris. Remember, you deserve nothing but the best.
Like, what, like a croissant? Soup de poulet. You forgot about your first video, so don't say you didn't settle for less. Go with the same idea and say, I just stopped doing everything for men, and I'm alone in Paris.
What is an Australian kiss? I cannot believe I'm making this video for you because this is so TMI, but you know I got you guys. Let me walk you through it. Where is Australia? Down under. An Australian kiss is basically a kiss. You guys better follow me for this because I'm putting my reputation on the line.
What reputation? I was waiting for something smart, like Australia is surrounded by water, so my mouth smells like fish. Yeah, I know it makes perfect sense. If you unsubscribe, no, but seriously, what reputation? This supposed to be one of those things like honor among thieves, something that everyone talks about, and it doesn't exist.
Babe, the same men that are on the dating apps are the same men that you meet in real life. The only reason why you're getting a bunch of messages of men that are being inappropriate, that are being vulgar, that are just sending you really crappy messages, because they're behind a screen. It's not in person. Hear me out, because this is actually a good thing, because instead of finding out how crappy a guy is 2 months later, you get to find out exactly who he is right away. Another reason why they're even doing this is because a lot of the messages that they send when they're like, oh, do you just want to hook up, or oh, do you just want to come over and Netflix and chill, is because it's worked for them in the past before. So just keep that in mind.
They're doing it because it's working. So what exactly makes them crappy if it's working? You may not like it. That doesn't mean they're crappy. What's funny to me is people still go on dating apps hoping to find true love. Or something just as dumb. Dating apps were created to be hookup apps regardless if you like it or not. All the F-boys on dating apps know that, but it seems to you it's still somehow a surprise.
We are no longer flipping off men. It takes them a little bit longer, but it hurts a little bit more.
Well, he can whip it out and show it to you right there. But I think he's trying to be nice. He's instead gonna point at the scale and laugh. And me, since I promised myself, I'm gonna keep this polite and respectful. I'm gonna say only that with you. Not even 10 inches will reach the spot.
I'm feeling messy. I matched with this man on Hinge. Let's call him Dave because that was his name. And he says he wants to take me on a date, except Dave is a spontaneous guy. And I say, Dave, that's totally fine. I'm more than happy to meet you on a day and then us have no plans and just figure it out as we go. That sounds fun, except I am not down to do things last minute because my work schedule and lifestyle just doesn't really allow for it. On the fourth time that he hits me up, it's a Friday and I have a date. So I tell Dave this. I say, Dave, I actually have a date with a pretty lady tonight because she made a plan. So we're going to go and do that plan. And Dave proceeds to say, can I come on my first date? And I say, absolutely not. And he says, why? Be spontaneous. She'll love me. It'll be so much fun.
And he was right. It would have been so much fun. But I also get that you were worried. Dave was gonna leave with your date, so it was probably a good idea to not let Dave come.
I have two things for the men. Number one, what kind of a status do you have to be in with a woman before you buy her a Christmas gift? And number two, all of this nonsense about a coffee date not being a date. I have seen so many videos lately where they're like, a coffee date is not a date and it's for low value people. That is absolutely not true. And men who plan coffee dates, pay for coffee dates, and take a woman on a coffee date, you're A+. And remember, this is for men who are dating in their 40s.
Okay, sure, but why can't a man in his 30s or 20s go to a coffee date? And for me, the status for a Christmas gift, it's quite easy. Am I allowed to say Merry Christmas when I'm with you? Or you're gonna be one of those, oh my God, that's offensive. I mean, I'm still gonna say it, cause I'm gonna make sure you're not anywhere near me.
Men nowadays will be like, don't worry baby, I got this, I'm gonna handle this. And then pull out their iced strawberry cheesecake vape like magic wand. Like, what are you gonna handle with a fruity dessert in your hand?
Same thing you're handling with a frying pan in your home. Ordering Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever you're using.
For the right guy, all you're gonna have to do is exist.
Men don't eat vegetables, but they would like to marry one. What I love the most about this is how many clothes she's wearing when she's trying to make a point, and that point being bashing men. This is her in her profile picture, so just a tiny difference, right?
Asking the single zodiac signs why they are single. I may be single, but I'm still getting my needs met.
I have yet to...
I may be single, but I'm still getting my needs met.
Oh, I will sometimes. You'd have to take matters into your own hands. I'm such an idiot.
Find somebody that matches my income requirement.
Well, I got bored with the last one. And the one before that. Please don't remind me. Pretty sure it's because I'm too hot. I don't like people right now.
Oh. Just give me 5 minutes and that'll change. My therapist said I should wait because of what happened to the last one.
Well, it's not like I don't have options. I just haven't picked one of them yet. I'm busy. I don't have finding a partner scheduled till June. I'm not sure if I believe in relationships. I am? I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess that wasn't an actual relationship. But I'm planning on manifesting love under the new moon.
Everyone's saying, why do you rent? Why do you rent? You could spend so much less on a mortgage. Guess what? I talked to a lender back in November about a $630,000 townhouse like 40 minutes from the city, from DC. The mortgage, with principal, interest, taxes, all of that, $5,000 a month. Wrong, imagine if the AC breaks, you need a new fridge, that's another couple $1,000s there. So whatever you pay in rent, that's the max you're gonna pay. But what you pay in a mortgage is the minimum you're gonna pay. Trust me, I've considered. But imagine a little cute little townhouse, 40 minutes from the city for $5,000 a month. Now I'm living at my parents' house, but wow. Oh, and that was if I put $100,000 down, which I don't have, but like hypothetically, I was like, if I put this much down, how much would the mortgage be? For a 30-year loan, like a typical like normal loan, it was nothing like special. So, these house prices are insane and they just don't want us to ever own property, I guess. I don't know.
So then go against the system and buy properties. Easier said than done. I know, keep in mind that I don't know anything about the prices outside DC, so I could be wrong about everything. In my head, there's this, you now live with your parents, so you don't even pay rent. Save all the money you have spent on rent. Cut down on eating out. And when you decide to move, go for a house that is not $630. 000. Now again, if that's the cheapest house you can find outside this sea, then I'm wrong about everything. But if it's not, and since you are single, go for a house that it's big enough for you, add some improvement, or if you ever move with a man, and the two of you will need something bigger, the both of you can add some improvements to the house. You've bought, sell it, and buy a bigger one. If anyone knows the prices outside DC, and I was completely wrong, please let me know in the comments.
I think I need some advice on navigating the modern dating in the UK. I come from the Eastern European dating culture where the man is the one in charge. The man is the one who's supposed to take care of all the bills at the date. Now, throughout all the years of my dating experience in the UK and across different countries, I think I almost never had to pick up my bill, maybe just a couple of times. Now, the question is, do I still offer to cover my share? Because I do know that most of the time I will never be expected to actually cover it, which I don't mind if I have to, but I probably wouldn't go on a second date with that person. But should I at least show my commitment to participate?
No, you could instead just show some appreciation, even though you don't mean it. Just some common courtesy. Thank you for the date. This was great. Let's not do it again. But if you did like the guy, you could let him know. I had a good time. Maybe we should do this again? There are some men who like to split the bill, but still you should let them tell you or ask for separate bills.
I accidentally called a grown man a good boy today. I was at my favorite coffee shop and I was walking out, and as I was walking out there was a man who was coming into the coffee shop, so I politely held the door open. Now whenever I held the door open, the door like clicked open, so then you like couldn't like, so it was like propped open. And I was about to reach to shut it because it's summertime and it's hot outside and we don't leave doors open. But he was already reaching to close it. So I looked at him and I said, "Oh, good boy."
Okay, and then what happened? Did he say woof? 'Cause if he did, you're good. If he didn't, maybe he needs more training either way. Thank you for sharing your kings with the rest of us.
I saw someone on TikTok say that male loneliness is an epidemic, and I couldn't agree more, and here's why. The funny thing is that as women, we were programmed to think that when a man is using us or, is kind of taking advantage of us, it is always for the physical intimacy or for sleeping with us, basically. But as things have evolved and changed, I think that there's so much more to why a man will stick with you and talk to you and give you breadcrumbs way beyond the intimate part, but way beyond the physical intimacy. And the reason for that being that if you think about it, like, look, I'll give you an example. When I was doing 9 different certifications in the world of spirituality, psychotherapy, neurolinguistic programming. In every course, predominantly, there were more women, which showed me that there are so many more females who are interested in working on themselves, doing the deeper work, connecting to their bodies, connecting to their emotions, evolving. Whereas a lot less men were doing the self-help work, were buying different courses, were trying to grow in that way, spiritually, mentally, emotionally.
Well, I don't know about you, but I can appreciate her for explaining us about the male loneliness. And she explained everything, and she did it quite well. But in case you've missed it, I'm gonna that one day when I was driving and I stopped on the intersection, I realized that men are lonely and women are working on themselves. And on that night, when it was heavily raining, there's no soul inside, and I just realized that men are lonely and women are working on themselves. And I was making myself some French fries the other day. And of course, it's because of men are lonely and women. Okay, I'll stop now, be honest. Would you be surprised if I told you that she's a spiritual healer and coach?
This is how you insult me. Okay, easy. I have a theory that there are 2 perfect ways to insult them. You either take the route of telling them that they look like they do something or that they look like they can't do something. And these things have to be extremely arbitrary so that they don't stop thinking about it because they feel insulted but they don't really know why. And you can take the obvious route and say, wow, you look like Mr. Potato Head, but that's a little too on the nose. You want to say things that make absolutely no sense so that they don't stop thinking about it for 5 years. For example, the route of saying, you look like you can't do something, okay? Perfect example, you look like you can't swim, because there's literally no way to tell by looking at someone if they know how to swim or not. They're gonna be like, what makes me look like I can't swim? And then they'll never stop thinking about it. You look like you don't know how to tie your shoes. They're gonna be like, what does that even mean? Exactly. Another example, saying something they look like they do. And this really depends on the type of person that you're talking to. For example, if you are at a bar in New York talking to a stuck-up stockbroker saying, you look like you raise alpacas, he's going to be like, what about me looks like I raise alpacas? He's never going to know, but he's never going to be able to stop thinking about it. You see a guy wearing Gucci loafers, say, you look like you wear Velcro shoes. He's going to be like, what about me makes you think I wear Velcro shoes? And then he'll never be able to stop thinking about it. They have to be so random and not obvious. You almost have to come up with an insult that is the exact opposite of what they are. So then they're just completely confused. If you have any good examples, please use them below so we can all utilize this, because I feel like I'm really onto something here.
What you're on is probably some substances that you should not be on. And let me get this straight. Your entire goal in life is to just offend men, insult men. You have way too much free time on your hands. And unfortunately, not too many brain cells in your head. Leave some insults in your comments. No, I'm gonna leave one right here. You sound like you should be a natural blonde. And I don't even believe in that whole blonde hair stereotype, but in your case, I think I'm gonna make an exception.
No, look, he's so cute. Oh yeah, he's really cute. Yeah, so. Wait, have you seen him without a hat on? Wait, what do you mean? Like all those pictures, he has hats on. Yeah, he likes wearing hats. What's underneath the hat? I don't know. Better figure that out.
What's underneath the hat? Well, it could be, in fact, receding hairline. That's what you're going after, right? But at the same time, maybe he doesn't have a receding hairline. Now I could at the same time ask your friends if I never saw you without a push-up bra on. But because I'm a nice guy, I won't oops.
If you're having a bad week, I'll make you feel better. I was ghosted by a couple that wanted me to be their third for a threesome, so that hurts.
Well, thank you. I actually had a great weekend. Somehow you still made my day. For you to get ghosted by a couple that wanted you to join them. That means that you already have said yes, and no shade to you for wanting to join them. Whatever you want to do in bed, it's your own business, but considering there's not going to be too many women that want to participate in something like that, most couple will accept anything that breeds. For you to get ghosted after agreeing to join them, you must really be the prize. That's not something you'll see every day is what I'm trying to say.
I just got stood up on a Hinge date. Well, he canceled like an hour before the date. And that's fine. You know what? I'd rather not go anyway. So I'm at Sonic, and I'm getting a blast. All right, I got my blast. Everything is okay now. But here's my question. Maybe somebody can answer this. Why do men ask you out, pick the time and the place, and then cancel? Like, why ask me in the first place if you didn't want to go? I just don't get it.
Well, first of all, he canceled. You didn't get stood up. Obviously, you don't know the difference. Because you're a girl and you never got stood up. Second of all, you didn't want to go. Yeah, you did. You got so hurt that you even made a video about it. Third of all, why we ask you out and then we cancel. Maybe because we know you're gonna talk and chew at the same time. Why that guy canceled on you? Maybe because he saw you in this other video.
Welcome to another drunk mukbang. I'm not even really drunk, so I don't even think you can count it that. But I'm eating leftover baked potato soup that I couldn't finish earlier. Also, it's really hot in here. Oh, it's because I got the heat on, huh? I'll explain that. Went outside with my friends, had a couple drinks. Hopefully I'm not hungover in the morning. We shall see, because I'm always hungover. But anyway, the soup is good.
So, it's pretty common for you to go outside get drunk. You don't know the difference between hot and cold. And you're eating leftovers? Yeah. You sound like you're a catch. Yeah. I can never imagine why that guy canceled on you.
I'm pretty sure I only feel this way because I grew up fatherless, but I used to be so bombed when I'd get to my friend's house and their dad was there. I was like, are you serious? You didn't tell me this guy was gonna be here. Like, doesn't he have, I don't know, somewhere to be?
Can you imagine the level of entitlement on this one? He does have a place to be, and it's right there in his own home. The home that he paid for, or maybe he still pays for. The place he's paying all the bills for, the place he raised the family and helped raise his kids. And the place he welcomed you in, the fact that your mom failed at raising you better, has got nothing to do with him being in his own home. You just can't make this stuff up.
I did not get hit on one time at the bars last night. And guess what? That's okay. It took me years to realize that the success of your night does not depend on how many times you get hit on, how many times a guy flirts with you, asks for your number, if your friend gets hit on way more than you. That literally doesn't matter. What matters is that you went out and had a good time. You spent time with your friends, you danced, you listened to music, you just lived. And the value of you and the quality of your night literally does not depend on whether or not a guy talks to you. I just wanted to share that message because I feel like in my early 20s, I definitely felt like that. Like, if the guy doesn't hit on me, it would hurt my feelings. It would hurt my pride. And I don't want you to feel like that. Just don't feel like that. Don't forget that you're amazing and a hot ass.
Looks like someone got her feelings hurt. No, let me get this right. Someone literally got her feelings hurt. In your 20s, you used to get validation and it made you feel good. Now, the only difference is you no longer get that validation. And if you think it's bad now, just wait a few more years. It will not get any better.
So when I got to work tonight, there was this lady looking in people's cars and being kind of fishy and obviously trying to break in. And I was like, so I confronted her and I was like, hey, don't do that. It's not very nice. And how would you feel if someone went through all your stuff and stole it? Just don't do that. And I'm like, what are you looking for? She's like, I could really use some clean clothes. And I'm like, okay. And so I just happened to have moved and I had a bunch of clean clothes in my car that I haven't taken out yet. And so I was like, all right. But I gave it to her and I was like, here you go. I get it. And I was like, next time, if you need something, just ask. And I was like, I get not everyone's going to be kind and not everyone's going to give things to you. I was like, but try, try to ask. Walking away, I'm like, don't break into my car. She's like, I won't. She did. She broke into my car and stole a lot. I thought we were cool.
And this right here is the type of people, a lot of stuff who got invented for, like green light for crossing the streets, or plastic silverware, or straitjackets. I know all of you angels are supporting each other and all that, but maybe when one of you is breaking the law, maybe that will be the time when you draw a line and call the police. I guarantee you, if that was a man trying to break into her car, she would have had the police on the scene in less than a minute.
What is the most controversial thing that you've ever asked for in a relationship? I'll go first. Mine would have to be human decency and respect.
Yeah, and it sounds great on the surface, but it's not just about that, right? You're trying to switch this around and blame everyone that you ever dated, but you see, I can also turn this around and say, if you ever need to ask for human decency and respect in a relationship, then you're just not worthy of it. That's a bit controversial, but let me know what you guys think. Am I wrong in this? Do I take her word for it? When she says that no man ever showed her any respect, let me know.
You know who is cute? Me. You know who has a big, fat, juicy butt? Also me. So
I would ask, what was the point of your video? But I don't think you know the answer to that question. Either do you want to call yourself cute? Go ahead. That's just one more proof. That being cute is not going to be enough. So many other millions, if not billions of women are also cute. So maybe come back to us when you realize that you're going to need more than just being cute.
Men who sleep with copious amounts of women not only do not respect women, they do not respect themselves. To have such disregard for yourself, your body, your energy, and your value that you will share it with just about anyone is not a sign of masculinity, but instead is a sign of a weak and damaged character.
Okay, well, fair enough. I'm not even gonna argue with you because I really don't care. But in return, let me ask you this. We all know that for a man, even for a Chad, he still needs to put in some effort. He needs to look good, dress good, smell good, talk his talk, and all of that. For a woman to sleep with a man, all she has to do is say, let's do it. So you want to make a video about women, especially since we live in the middle of hookup culture? No, we're still gonna bash only men, right? Okay, my bad. Yeah, you're right. How do I always forget that you're goddesses and angels? None of you can do no wrong, and whatever happens, it's only the man's fault. Let's use an example. Let's say a woman has a body count of 100. How much does she respect herself in men? Quite a lot. 'Cause obviously she's a woman. She can do no wrong.
Look, if we're dating and I text you saying I love you, I'm looking for an I love you too as a response. Not a back at you, not a you too, not a ILY. If you illy my ass, understand this, we're done. You took my 8 letters, you said I have time for 3. We're not fighting, it's over. We were never married, but we're now divorced. I took you to court. I didn't want any money. I just wanted a room full of people to see what a piece of shit you are, okay? You either act right in this life or you pack your bags and you go f yourself.
Yeah, and me go myself sounds really good. If we're just dating and you say you love me, we are no longer dating. It's that easy. No court, no divorce. Just you and me no longer knowing each other. And not only that, but after watching a video where a complete angel, like yourself, went on a first date with some guy, and then because the date didn't go well, she sued him for $10. Virl, I'm gonna think twice if I ever want to go on a date or not. So, girls' night out, is it? I was thinking there's something completely different going on. But if that's your idea of fun, ladies, you go right ahead. That was some weird drunk giraffe type of dancing. But I'm grateful for the opportunity of watching something like that.
You know what? Men! Oh my God! Men!
I feel like you're maybe mad about something. I just can't put my finger on it, men. What exactly stay away from you? Well, look back at your video and realize why, just in case you're gonna miss it. It's your screaming. I tried to lower the volume as much as I could, But I bet there's still people watching this video saying, dude, give us a warning or something. Everyone watching, this video will choose to stay away from you. And they don't even know you yelling like that. You're not gonna find yourself a man.
My absolute favorite thing about men is that you can literally be wearing 18 pounds of makeup. As long as you don't have glitter or a bright color on, they're still gonna say, oh, you're so naturally beautiful. I love that you don't wear a lot of makeup. They're so oblivious. It's amazing.
No, I think you meant to say we're amazing. We can see your face matching that red from your tattoo, but we're just trying to be nice. Either that or we're just happy to see not all of you are dancing girls. You know, the type that uses this glitter at work.
Normal people gain happy weight because they're in a relationship, but I didn't gain happy weight until I got out of a relationship. Now I'm wishing I had someone's phone to go through. Like, take my appetite, please.
And what in the world is a happy weight? Is it the type of weight that makes fun of you for not being able to lose it? Also, just out of curiosity, isn't it you going through someone else's phone? The reason why you gotta gain that extra happy weight in the first place.
You know what's funny? There's a lot of men who are afraid of being used for money that they don't even have.
Jump in. Yeah, I know. And every time one of you is sitting alone in your car, complaining about guys not spending money on you, it makes me believe that we're doing something right. Maybe guys that are not millionaires are complaining about spending money on you is because spending money on you will probably take me to a next level of poverty. I know now that no guy is spending money on you. That burger feels kind of expensive, but you want money. Get it yourself. I could always use my money to buy what you have to offer on the corner. The only difference is with her, I don't need to throw a burger down her throat.
Men, I'm a dating coach. And one thing I've learned is that if you guys are alone because you're too scared to ask someone out, it's because you would rather be scared and alone than be with someone. Because when you guys want something, you go after it.
Okay, so if I'm always going for whatever is it that I want, is it safe to assume that I'm not afraid of going after whatever I want? In which case, it's not that I'm afraid and single, it's just that I chose to stay single. How did anything you said made sense in your head? That's beyond me, but at least thank God. You're another dating coach on TikTok. With more and more of you, I can already see where dating is going.
Instead of looking for a rich husband or rich boyfriend, look for a provider boyfriend, a provider husband, a husband or boyfriend in their masculine energy. Having money doesn't mean that you are generous, doesn't mean that you have a provider mindset, and doesn't mean you're in your masculine energy. I've dated rich men, and these men don't always mean that they are generous with their money. It doesn't mean that they plan dates, plan ahead, know how to be in their masculine energy. Sure, they know how to make money, but what good is that money if they're not willing to provide, if they're not willing to spend on you, if they're not willing to take care of you? It's more important to be with a man with a mindset of provider. Even if he's making 1/10 as the rich guy, if he's a provider, then he's a provider. He'll make sure that you're taken care of. And that's more valuable because that will help you step into your feminine, because there's no value in dating a super rich guy that isn't generous and that isn't going to provide for you. It's better to be with a guy that has that mentality and that provider mindset.
And someone could argue that you finally realized there are not enough rich men for all of you. That masculine energy that you're talking about is the ability for a man to say no, especially to one of you. Her video was 56 seconds long. I'm gonna try to translate everything she said and see how quick I can make it. If you're digging for gold, try to find yourself a seam. It's not gonna be the amount of gold you want, but it's still gonna be some gold. There you go. That was 7 seconds.
So I recently discovered this video about ghosting that this queen goddess of a woman posted, and it just hit me because she's so spot on with it. Yeah, I don't know when ghosting became like such a norm in dating culture and like society in general, but it's out there and it's happening way too often. It happens to me all the time. I can't stand it. So I've decided going forward, I'm going to, anybody who ghosts me, I'm just going to send them this video with a sassy little caption attached to it, and I'm just going to leave it right there. I've also decided to like backtrack a little bit and send it to the most recent person
who ghosted me. So yeah, there you go. I mean, obviously they didn't respond, because why would a ghost respond? Yeah. I mean, there's other people who have ghosted me in the past, but I mean, I'm not going to send it to them because they literally meant nothing to me. So if you didn't get one, you meant nothing to me. So to all the queens out there who are continuously getting by men, and before I get chewed apart, I know it goes both ways. I'm just speaking to one side, for God's sake. Yeah, keep finding your voice, keep using your voice, stand up for yourself. Don't let somebody treat you like shit. Hold people accountable for the way they make you feel. If somebody hurts you, use your words and tell them they've hurt you. Rant over.
Oh, thank God. Now I could be wrong. But if you're that queen goddess of a woman like you, say you are, you would probably not get ghosted. But instead, like you just said, you get ghosted all the time. So maybe, just maybe you're not that queen goddess of a woman. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of the men that ghosted you meant to you exactly what you meant to them. But still, they are the one that ghosted you. And you can send them whatever videos with whatever paragraphs you want. It's not gonna change anything. The one that you send that video to obviously didn't even care to watch it.
This for all my girls who are on the dating scene. Okay, girls, if he is consistently texting you for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and has not arranged to meet up or given you any indication that he wants to meet up with you, he is looking for a pen pal. He's not looking for anything. If he's only texting you every 11 hours and it happens to be like at night time and stuff, run. Because you're not on his mind full time. Not that you have to be on their mind full time, but like, you know what I mean. Okay, and we need to stop making up excuses for people's actions. They are not who you created them to be in your mind. If they're not living up to the potential that you want, then that's not the person for you. Stop wasting time on them. Obviously there's ups and downs in every situationship, relationship, whatever it may be, but like, you get the gist. Okay, and another thing, which could be a bit controversial, if you're going through their following, which we all do it, like, I'm not even gonna lie, and it's all girls, pretty girls, loads and loads, hundreds, thousands maybe. Enough said.
Actually, no. Not enough said. He did have the life before he met you, and he can do whatever he wants. If he wanted to follow a lot of girls, while he was single, who are you to tell him different? I can pretend. You made a few valid points in your video, but this is you in another video. So is it safe to assume that you following your own advice got you crying alone at night? Or do we need to pretend that that's not the reason?
You want to know how to know if a girl really likes you, like really likes you? She's gonna start caring for you like a mom would. She's gonna say, did you eat yet? Did you sleep good? You should probably go to bed because you're tired. You're gonna have another mom.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not looking for another mom. Also, I don't think caring for the other person and having some human decency qualifies you as a mom or a dad. If I ask my girl if she's hungry, it doesn't always mean that I want to dress her up in a schoolgirl uniform and be her daddy. Sometimes it means I'm hungry and I want to double check if we're going to be eating together or if I'm going to grab something to eat by myself.
Stop ghosting. This ghosting culture has gotten so out of hand, it's actually astronomical. My friend is gorgeous. She is in her mid-30s, she's successful, she's incredible, she's an awesome person, so fun to be around, and doing so much work on herself. And she met this guy. They had 3 great dates. He was communicative, not too much. They didn't sleep together, for everyone that wants to try and blame her for any of that. And they had some great dates. Everything was seemingly normal. They went out this like a week ago. They had a great time. He texted her saying, I'd love to see you again. They were texting, a couple times a day here and there. And then he said, listen, I'm not really feeling well. I'm just going to take a rest. She was like, okay, no worries. Feel better. Didn't hear from him for a few days. So she texted him like, hey, just want to make sure you're feeling okay. Never to be heard from again. Do better. Stop ghosting people. Stop treating people as if they're transactions and going right back on the app to swipe, 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 swipe. It doesn't work that way in the real world.
Well, actually it does. You just told us it does. Now, I don't agree with ghosting. but I can understand why people do it. I believe in sending a message saying, I don't feel it. I'm not gonna see you again. And if she's sending 10 paragraphs after, you can just ignore it or block her. But ghosting is the new norm now. And no matter how long your rant is gonna be, it's not gonna change anything. I guess your friend appreciates you making a video about her, but maybe next time let her tell her own story also. No matter how much you think of your friend, as being a catch obviously, it's your opinion. That guy that ghosted her didn't see her that way. So maybe this is just you, your side of the story, or you don't know the entire story. My side of the story is if your friend was in fact that awesome, she would not be ghosted.
PSA, if you want to save yourself some tears, don't date any man under the age of 25. Their frontal lobe still hasn't fully developed. They're a little bit delayed, but we're not going to wait on them. No, we're not.
That coming from a girl that can't even hold the camera. Steady for 2 seconds. Newsflash, princess. Your frontal lobe is also not fully developed. Until the age of 25, it's not a gender issue. It's basic biology. But you want to go ahead and date older men? Best of luck to you. Usually older men go for 20, 22 years old, and usually they're saying they're dumb. They're not gonna know any better. So I think you should be more worried about not getting played, not what age is gonna play you better.
It is strict out here. I went on a date recently, and after we wrapped up, paid the bill, we were walking out, okay? He walked to the restaurant and I took an Uber. He was like, oh, how are you getting home? I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna take an Uber. He's like, okay, I'm gonna walk home. We gave each other a hug. I'm calling my Uber. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be like 5-7 minutes. I'm like, yeah, but it's okay. You don't need to wait if you don't want to. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then he just like walks off and goes. I didn't like that. If you're just walking, you don't have a car to catch, you don't have a whatever to catch, why can't you wait 5-7 minutes when you're like showing so much interest in me?
Showed so much interest. That's the right word to use, showed. He didn't want to wait, not because you said, it's fine. If he didn't, but he just couldn't wait to get away from you fast enough.
After that, once I got home, he didn't text me to see if I got home safely. So that's a no ma'am, no ham, no turkey for me, because what do you mean? Like innately something you should know. If you're going on a date, you like the girl, or even just to be like a gentleman, kind person, you wait to make sure that she's home safe.
And where should I wait? Exactly. Outside your window, maybe. I'm not saying that's not romantic, but that could get me arrested. But it's nice of you to talk about gentlemen. Like, you know what that means. Our innate responsibility was to take you out on a date. Your innate responsibility, if for whatever reason I was not walking you or driving you home, was to call or text to let me know you got home safe. So no, just because you hate responsibilities so much and you're trying to put them all on the man, doesn't mean I care or want to take those responsibilities away from you.
Being single in your late 20s is a different type of single, and I didn't know what to expect. Because the last time I was single, I was early to mid 20s. I was what, 24, I think, when I met my previous boyfriend. And now the dating pool is different. We're living in a different world. You know, the world is no longer my oyster when it comes to dating potential and dating possibility. It is more like it's more like a periwinkle. Because if you had to see the text that just came through while I was explaining that. Wow. Interesting. Anyways, it is a periwinkle. And between my severe increase in standards, as well as the much smaller dating pool of available bachelors, things are gonna get a little tricky. Things are gonna get a little tricky, I think. We shall see.
I won't be seeing anything, but I'm sure you will. Your dating pool is different. You mean smaller. the world is no longer your oyster, and you're talking about raising your standards? I mean, no, yeah, good for you. What could possibly go wrong? None of that if America's dad was a getting dumb text. Right? I'm willing to bet money it was, but you were right about one thing. Dating now, in your late 20s, is gonna be different.
I'm usually very positive about the fact that I am single and 30 years old, but there is something about the Christmas season that triggers me. Sometimes I find myself just feeling so alone, and I wonder if the person that I'm looking for is out there for me. And so Santa, this year, can you please just bring me a boyfriend?
Santa asked, a girl once, what do you want for Christmas? She said, I want a unicorn. Santa said, let's keep this realistic. I can't bring you a unicorn. So the girl said, fine. I want a boyfriend, to which Santa said, what color do you want your unicorn to be? So in order to keep this realistic, the answer for you, princess, is no.
This is one of the best tips I learned about dating is the 3-month theory. So within 3 months, you will see their true character because people can only put on a mask for so long or hide who they really are for so long. The first month should be honeymoon phase, infatuation, that's exciting, and them trying to impress you and do all the right things and say all the right things, especially if you've told them what you're looking for. They're going to try to be that, but they can only try to be that for so long if it's not who they really are. After that is when you start to see patterns in their behavior. How do they handle your emotional needs? How do they handle stress? How do they handle conflicts? So in the first 3 months, pace yourself. Don't get too excited too soon. Don't get too emotionally involved too soon. Don't just believe everything they say. And just stay observant because these red flags are going to only get larger and larger. They're not going to get it better. So I usually know by 3 months if this guy is what I'm looking for, if there's enough red flags to turn me off. That's all it takes.
So you just jump from situationship to situationship? Cause 3 months? That's not a relationship. Some lunatic wrote a book about the 3 months. No kissing rule, even though I have no idea what you would write on hundreds of pages when you get everything from the title. But well, she did. And women celebrated that on TikTok for about a month. Or 2, cause of course they did. I guess this lunatic here heard about the 3 months rule, and she took it as a challenge. I'm gonna make it even dumber. I'm gonna just jump into a situationship for 3 months. And when I don't get the honeymoon phase anymore, I'm gonna end it. Oh no, wait, my bad, every single man she ever dealt with changed after 3 months. Yeah, no, that must be it.
To me, the true definition of a high value man is someone who doesn't just seek pleasures and instant gratification, such as going out drinking, watching porn, consuming social media, chasing hot women. That is a distraction. And to me, that's not a high value man. Someone who's of high value will not be doing these things in his spare time. He will be too busy hustling and working hard and building towards a future to set himself up so that he can provide for a family. That is the 1% high value man, and that is what us women are truly looking for.
Fair enough. You did say what a high value man is to you, and I can respect that. And of course, you're looking for one of those, and I can respect that too. The question is, what is he looking for? Why would he be looking for you? You're a no-F girl, and I'm pretty sure you're also a single mother. Are you even in the slightest what he would be looking for? Cause my guess is gonna be not really.
Okay, how a man feels about you based on where he takes you on a first date. If that man is asking you to go on a coffee date, he's suggesting a coffee date, there are one of 3 things that could be happening. Number 1, he's a recovering alcoholic. Number 2, he's broke. Like really broke. Number 3, he just got out of a relationship. He's not over her. He's telling himself that he needs to go back to dating, but doesn't really want to commit himself to dating. He's not really ready for a girlfriend. And so he's just kind of like, I guess I'll just like go on coffee dates and like see what she's like. But he's not over his ex. If he asks you for a lunch date or suggests a lunch date, he's unemployed. Who has time to go to lunch during the workday? If he's suggesting going on a walk as a date,
he hates you. He hates all women, actually. And he wants to waste your time. If he's asking you out for just drinks, so just drinks, no dinner, he thinks you're hot. He thinks you're hot. He's probably talking to a bunch of other girls, just so you know. He's not super serious about settling down, but he thinks you're hot, and he's hoping that, you know, you get a couple drinks in you and maybe you'll go home with him. Is there a probability that he's asking you out for just drinks, and then if the date goes well, he asks you out for dinner? Maybe, but why wouldn't he just ask you out for dinner if he was interested in you in the first place?
Because you might end up not being who he thought you were. So why would he take the chance to stand in agony in front of you for an hour just because he made a mistake of asking you to dinner? Didn't we learn anything from the previous video? Didn't we learn anything from that guy's mistake? If he's asking you on a walkie, hey sis mama, where do all these failures in life get so much wisdom? Every single one of these dating coaches have been on hundreds of first dates, unsuccessful, because they're still going on dates. And they will for a while. And instead of looking at them as the failures that they are, they just can't help themselves from sharing all that wisdom.
So the only way to show I'm serious is spend a decent amount of money. Yes, you are correct. And the reason this is true is because you want to show the woman that you're interested in that you are willing to make an investment.
To my fellow childless, unmarried women in our 30s, just between us, I am so grateful I didn't end up getting married or having kids in my 20s. It might not be your choice to be in this situation right now, but I do think there's a profound silver lining. That's you can make the choices you would have made in your 20s now as a smarter, wiser, probably much hotter version of you. I'm definitely not knocking our fallen comrades who did get married and had children in their 20s, because literally it's what we've been trained to do. Your 20s are for doing what's expected of you. Your 30s are for doing what you want to do. Caveat, of course, is you have to figure out what you want to do. The same training that tells us we should get married and have kids as soon as possible doesn't give us tools we need to really identify what we actually want. Doesn't really train us to be confident when we go against the grain either. So I repeat, it is a gift to be here in our 30s and have all of the options laid out before us when we've gotten to know ourselves a little better, so we can make the best decisions for us that are more aligned to us as individuals before we're tied down to something that might not be what we would have wanted for ourselves.
What if those women who got married and have kids has got exactly what they wanted, not from part of some training, but because that's exactly what they wanted to do? Because if there's someone who's part of a training, it's you. It's really not them. It's you. That's why you are even calling them your fallen comrade. You're so brainwashed. You can't even see the other way of living. Just as viable, only what you've been told. It's acceptable and more preferable to call a man boy, but never call a man husband. And all that while talking about what you want for yourself. Come on now. I would not call that what I want for myself. I would call that what I was told, and to be honest, you would be more believable. If it didn't look like you were crying for the last 2 days.
Right, girls, if he ever asks you, what do you bring to the table? This is how I want you to answer, exactly like this, yeah? 3, 2, 1. Darling, I am the table. I am the tablecloth. I am the table chairs. I am the menu. I am the cutlery. But what we eat at the table, that's down to you. Boom. He won't have a response. He'll be like a little mouse, you know. You will have him in the corner, cowering over him like a cat. You will, in that moment, sis, you have reclaimed the situation back, because he tried to catch you off guard when he said, what do you bring to the table? Like, he tried to no. In that moment, sis, bam, he won't have a comeback.
Oh yes, he will, but we'll get to that later. You are the table. The question is, what do you bring to the table? This here is the table. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to it? You are the table. Well, that's great. Can you be the table over there? Then I won't have a comeback. The only reason he didn't, if he said that to a guy on a first date, was because, let's face it, he was immediately reevaluating his entire evening. You are the table. I bet you never saw that guy again. But hey, if there's anything I can appreciate about you being the table is in fact the determination. You've been the table for almost 40 years now and still no legs to sit on. It's not even that hard of an answer, even though every man is different. And every man is waiting for different answers. But how's this for a change? I bring me to the table. I bring my ability to turn this table into a dinner table for the two of us at the beginning and then for later on, if we're gonna have any for our kids. I bring my ability to turn this house into a home and some other crap. You don't even need to be honest about just lie, but you are the table. Oh well, there's your answer. Close to your 40s now and still no table to see that